The Toronto Blue Jays look like one of the best teams in the AL this year. With the acquisitions of Dalton Varsho, Chris Bassitt, Kevin Kiermaier, and Brandon Belt, they have a strong balanced lineup and a much improved bullpen. But there are still some weaker areas for the Blue Jays. In this video, we're going to take a look at 3 Blue Jays players that could make or break our team this year. If these players can perform well, it could drastically improve our chances for the playoffs, but if they can't succeed, it could really hurt us this year. The first of these players is Yusei Kikuchi. We all know about Kikuchi's season last year. He posted an ERA of .519 with an even higher FIP of .562, and he has shown potential to be really good. Although Kikuchi struggled through the majority of the season, he was lights out in the month of May, with an ERA of .236 and a ridiculous 31 strikeouts in 26 innings pitched. What changed for Kikuchi in the month of May? The answer is his command. Throughout the season, Kikuchi had a hard time finding the strike zone, often walking 3 or 4 batters in a row. But in that month, Kikuchi's walk rate dropped from 12.9% to 10.2%. In other words, if Kikuchi can locate just a little bit better and limit the walks, he'll be lights out. While in spring training this year, Kikuchi has lived up to his potential. In 18 innings pitched, he's held the hitters to a .148 average, an ERA of 1, and a ridiculous 24 strikeouts. He's controlled the ball well and has produced a lot of swings and misses with fewer walks. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Kikuchi dominate throughout the season and rack up possibly 160 strikeouts or more. But at the same time, if Kikuchi goes back to having command issues and is lit up, it could be a catastrophe for the Blue Jays. Outside of Yusei Kikuchi, there are very few options for the Jays. They could call up one of Zach Thompson or Thomas Hatch, and Hyun-Jin Ryu could return from Tommy John surgery at the end of the year. But those are really the only options, and none of them are amazing as a 5th starter. But if Kikuchi could perform, it would solidify an already strong rotation that could carry us to the playoffs. He's definitely a make-or-break player. The next player on this list is Brandon Belt. For the most part, every spot in the lineup for the Jays is stacked. We have one of the best leadoff hitters in the sport in George Springer, a great number 2 hitter in Bo Bichette, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the 3rd spot. We also have a lot of solid hitters in the middle of the order and towards the back of the lineup, like Dalton Varsho, Matt Chapman, Alejandro Kirk, and Whit Merrifield. But since trading away Teoscar Hernandez, cleanup spot in our order is kind of a question mark. Right now, it seems like Brandon Belt will be relied on in that spot to knock in the top of the order. It's no doubt Brandon Belt will get a lot of RBI opportunities, and because of that, we need him to hit this year. Throughout his career, Belt has been one of the best power hitters in baseball. He has a career .261 batting average, .356 on base percentage, and an .814 OPS, averaging 22 homers every 162 games. Now that's a lot of home runs, considering that Belt has spent his entire career as a lefty in San Francisco, where he has to hit the ball over the deep right field fence to get a home run. If Belt can reproduce the same power numbers he's had in the past, he should rack up a lot more home runs in Toronto, with the hitter-friendly ballpark of Rogers Center. But last year, Belt was battling a knee injury, and in 78 games he hit only .213 with 8 home runs. In the offseason, Belt got knee surgery, and this year he says he feels back to normal. So will Belt go back to his old power hitting self, or will he produce the same underwhelming numbers he did last year? The last make-or-break player on this list is a bit more elusive, Tim Mayza. The Blue Jays bullpen is stacked from top to bottom, with Jordan Romano being the reliable closer, Eric Swanson and Yimi Garcia being high leverage guys, and some reliable arms like Adam Simber and Zach Pop in the back end of the bullpen. But if you haven't noticed, the only lefty in the pen for the Jays is Tim Mayza, which means we'll be relying on him a lot. He'll probably have to pitch more innings than ever before. Mayza has always been a good lefty specialist, but this year will be a challenge for him. If Mayza can continue to dominate this year, we should be okay, but if for whatever reason he struggles, it could be a catastrophe for us. It's still fair to say that this is one of the best Blue Jays teams in the history of the franchise. But if you ask me, I think these 3 players are the difference for us. If they can't succeed, we'll have a much harder time getting past the Yankees and the Astros. But if they can perform well, then I think the Jays have the best chance in baseball of winning the World Series this year. Personally, I have very high hopes. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please subscribe. It takes me a while to make these, so it would mean a lot. Comment down below if you think I left a player off this list. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.